What's up, guys? This is the Wheelchair Bodybuilding Podcast. We got James, Chad, and Mr. Olympia Harold here. So Harold, you were just saying you went to the Texas Pro over the weekend?
Yeah, it was real nice, man. They broke it up to where it's not really long. It used to be like some of those shows, man, you'd be there from 8 o'clock in the morning to 2 o'clock the next night. But they broke it up in 2 days. So the NPC day was like Friday, and then the pro day was Saturday. And and to share this information with you. So I was talking to a few people, about the wheelchair class in Olympia with the purse, how much, they're giving out at the Olympia for the wheelchair class. And, Sarah, the girl that won Miss Olympia Women's Physique.
Yeah, Sarah Viegas, or however you say it. Yeah.
So what she's doing now, I think her husband or the guy, he's like well off. He has a few companies and whatever. Well, they decide to go ahead and help other shows, and what they're doing, they're putting up the money to put up first for that class to be bigger at qualifiers, right? Okay. So the Texas Pro was a qualifier for the Olympia, and I don't know how much she put up, but she put majority of the money up. And the total amount of prize money they gave out was $20,000.
Wow.
First. So what it was like signifying the first place when to go to Olympia, but also signifying the first place where you won and you well worthy of it. So they gave $15,000 to her, and they broke down the rest of it with the other four competitors.
Nice.
And she has, and they also created a Sarah Vargas trophy. That it was the second annual one, and they gave the trophy to the winner also, like a 2-foot trophy. It looked like a sandout.
Oh, nice.
Real nice. And I really was sitting back in the audience, was taking all this in. And if later in the future with if God be willing, bless me with whenever I retire, I definitely would love to want to do something like that. Because most people understand, man, a lot of the proceeds are big companies write-offs. They're just basically a write-off. They got you can get the money back to Uncle Sam, or they want to write off as a tax write-off. So there's many different ways that can be looked at, and I don't know if Nick attacking it from that angle, but and even one of the judges told me, she said, have y'all considered talking to the wheelchair society, or even she even mentioned to me even you go to the what you call it, the military, when the warrior, the
Wounded Warriors. Wounded Warrior, yeah.
They actually donate $5,000-$10,000 for that deal. Because 80% of them, 85% of them is wheelchair bound. So when you have this wheelchair class representing that, this is something they can look forward to.
Oh, that'd be good to look into, for sure.
I don't know if all that has been scratched on already or not. So anyway, I was just there last night and just bumping elbows with Sandy and Jim Mannion Jr. and Honey, George Farrell. George was kicking it for a while. Talking to him for a while. I got his number. I'm giving him a call, I think, next week. And so it's just being, in an environment with those guys, just reiterate myself that, okay, what can be done? What can we do? What can I do to contribute to make something change for the sport? So that's what I took in from that this past weekend.
Yeah, and those are all questions for Nick. I don't know what avenues he's already tried, and those are all interesting questions to see what's already been done. I don't know.
Oh, that's my 2 cent worth.
Did you agree with the decision with Andrew Jack taking first? Did you agree with that?
And if you was there, hands down, it was no question. It was move Andrew out the way.
When I went to I don't remember, this was a couple months ago. I got to go train at the Dragon's Lair, so I trained there twice. And the second day, Andrew Jack was there. He's the craziest guy I've ever seen up close. He's the most like 3D crazy guy that I've ever seen up close like that. You couldn't believe what you were looking at. You looked photoshopped. He's right in front of you. You know?
Yeah, when he walk out on the stage, you know how you gotta come out and then you flex. Nah, when he walking, he's already in flex mode. He don't have to flex. You can look at all the muscles right there, the abs, the chest, the shoulders. He don't have to flex. It's already there. It's like now. Don't get me wrong. The what's the guy came in second place?
That was Fitzwater, Martin Fitzwater.
Martin, you said Martin?
Yeah, Martin. Yeah.
So Martin legs and Steve legs was getting harder as they was posing, even though a guy legs it would from the front side phenomenal, from the side the glute a little not as much as his upper is so dominating it was ridiculous. Weak spots. He has some weak spots. When you sit there and just watch him back to back to back, he has some weak spots. But on an overall fullness, the look, the hardness, the posing, he was on point. He was there. It wasn't even a question really. When you really look at it, it wasn't he could have came in second. It was hard. It would have been hard to put him in second and justify it. Yeah, I was there from the pre-show. I was there all day. I was there from the pre-show and the night show. And the night show, he got even harder. He got even ignorant. Yeah. And I wanted Steve to win, being his hometown and getting that pro card, Kluko, to get that pro card in his hometown, but it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah. Andrew was so 3D, right? Like some people, they just pop more, and his pop is just out of this world. When I saw him, he was working out with Flex Wheeler at the Dragon's Lair.
Yeah.
It was like hard to focus because you're seeing a mutant right next to you,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And then the lineup, though, the open bodybuilding lineup this year at the Olympia is going to be crazy. A lot of new blood,
Yeah.
We got, so Andrew Jack is now in it. Blessing is in it. You got Nick, who's pushing hard to win the thing, Nick Walker. You got, Blessing. You got Hunter Labrada. You got like a lot of somewhat newer guys that are coming in.
Yeah, and they getting mature. It was newer a few years ago. Now it's newer, but now they got years of it. And then you got to go back the next three that were new. What's the guy name? Sergio. He was new, but he'd been around for a minute already. And then the other guy was talking noise to him from Great Britain or whatever. What's that guy name? They don't like each other.
Somebody from Britain?
He got a foreign accent. Him and Sergio been going back and forth. Anyway, that guy.
Not sure who that is.
I forgot his name. And they're a lot.
Hollingshead? Hollingshead?
Could be.
Yeah, Hollingshead. I don't know, that's the only guy I could think of, maybe, but yeah.
That's who it was.
Maybe.
Anyway, like you said, it's a lot of new guys. And then you still got, is Flex gonna do this year?
Flex Lewis? Oh no, he retired. Flex Lewis officially retired a couple months ago.
He did officially retire?
Yeah, he officially retired like not super long ago, but he officially announced it. Yeah.
On that open stage so bad.
Yeah. When I went to the Dragon's Lair, I talked to him, and he was saying he's really struggling with the food. That he can't eat that much food. He's puking. It's not happening. So.
Go there.
What?
When did you go there?
It was a couple months ago, and it was only like 2 months after that he announced he was retiring, and I wasn't surprised based on the way he was responding to me when I was talking to him. He didn't like tell me any really inside information, but he was saying the food is unbelievable and he can't handle it, you know. And then he's got
It is a
his
lot of food.
business and his kid, and he's got a million other things though, right? He's running the Dragon's Lair, which is blowing up. He's got a brand new. He's got a kid now. He's, you know, got a lot going on. So, and he's got what 7 Mr. Olympias. So, what's there to prove? He's by far the greatest 212 of all time.
Yeah, I kind of know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing to prove. Nothing else to really got.
Super nice guy though. He took me around. He took me around Dragon's Lair, and then he took me into his back office, and he showed me his Olympia trophies and everything. And then we were just shooting the shit about you and Gabriel for a good half hour, about like you two going back and forth, and you know. So he was a really, really cool guy, really welcoming.
And then, I love talking to his trainer.
Neil Hill.
Yeah, Neil always give me some good stuff. Every time I talk to him, he'll tell me some good stuff and he'll write it down. I'll be like, thanks, Neil. Real, man. I love myself talking to some Neil, man. He just a real person, and he keeps it real right across the board. Every time I watch the movies, the British guy that be with The Rock, Shaw versus what's the movie? Shaw versus Hobbs
and Shaw. Hobbs and Shaw.
You remind me of that guy in the movie.
Yeah.
The actors in Hobbs versus Shaw.
Yeah, I saw it.
What's his name? What is his name?
I don't remember.
You don't remember his name, but you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
Jason Statham.
Jason Statham, yeah. That's what Neil remind me of.
But a lot of the 212 guys are really cool. I've gotten to meet like a lot of the top 212 guys. They're all really good with their fans. Like Lunsford. Lunsford's really, really cool. Like he'll sit and talk with you for a half hour and talk about training and diet or whatever. Sean Clarita, also really, really cool guy. Really just wants to know your story when you meet him, you know, and all the top 212 guys are really, really cool. Really welcoming.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, so what I decided you want to talk about next?
I mean, wherever the conversation takes us today. I mean, so you've committed to doing the Olympia this year?
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. We have to get at least one more out of you. We need at least one more out of you.
Yeah. But yeah, I committed, man. I'm still trying to figure out how I'm gonna juggle it. Still trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this. Juggle these things. I'll figure it out. It'll work its way out.
I was gonna say you're pretty good with time management, Harold.
Yeah, I try to. That's what it's all about, time management. You're right. So I just gotta figure a way out. Figure what I need to do. Stop worrying about what something. That's my motto of life anyway. Figure how to make it work. Don't think about how it's not gonna work. Figure out how to make it work.
Exactly.
That's what we're gonna do.
Here's something we can talk about, though. What's your guys' predictions for the Arnold?
Oh, you talking about that?
For us, for wheelchair, we got Gabriel, we got Carl, the guy from Germany, we got Anand, right? He said he's going to be there, and we got Anthony.
And Woody now too.
Those are 4 guys that'll kick my ass. So, what do you guys think?
Woody's going to be competing too.
Oh, is Woody in it too?
Yeah.
Okay, Woody's in it too. Am I forgetting anybody else? That's 5. Am I forgetting anybody else?
No, it's 5, and whoever wins the show on Friday gets to compete on the pro show side of it on Saturday.
Whoever the new pro will be. Yeah, whoever the new pro will end up being.
Yeah,
cool.
that's who will compete.
Yeah,
So
I've looked at all those new guys, and they're all pretty jacked.
That new guy, Carl, he
Uh,
looks good.
Yeah, he does.
yeah, he does. He does.
Be interesting to see where he fits into the lineup at the Olympia.
I'm eager to see how Nod looks. I've not seen him for so many years.
Who? Anand?
Nod. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, he's been gone for a good 2 or 3 years now since we've seen him. Right? I think 2019 was the last time he competed with us. I think.
I think so.
Yeah. I know he did one of the Olympias.
Yeah, so he's an interesting wild card if he comes back. Yeah.
Yeah. And no one, I haven't seen anything on him lately. Had anybody seen anything on him on his IG or something? He posted anything on IG?
I haven't seen anything. No.
No,
Not any
I
kind
watched
of
that.
update picture. No, not any kind of progress picture or anything.
No,
I posted my startup. Did y'all see that?
I
Yeah.
did.
Already looks stage ready.
Fatter than a baby's butt.
Throwing around 315 pretty easy.
Man, that thing was choking me out, bro. You look easy hell. I'm used to doing 315 for 12s. Man, that thing was choking me out, bro. Yeah. At least it's the start. I know so the next 2 months is gonna be the building blocks.
What's your max bench?
Huh?
What's the most you've ever benched?
520.
Fuck.
I was shooting for 550. I was shooting for 550 and 520 is the highest because I had to start getting ready for a competition. Yeah. Yeah. I feel good. I did the highest I did 30 reps, 225 for 30 reps or 35, but 30 I think.
Shit.
That's a lot.
I did do 20 reps at 315 once before. And 405, I think I got 10 or 12 with 405. Man, I'll tell you what impressive to me, I still look at it. I did the dips. You know when you do dips and put the chain around your hips?
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah.
6 plates.
That's a pain in the ass though. I've played around with like doing weighted dips, but it's a pain in the ass to get set.
Yeah. You gotta hold yourself up and they had to put the stool and put the weights on there and chain it up there while I'm holding myself up and then go. I'm like, y'all didn't hurry up. Yeah.
Already worn out before you even start.
You gotta think about coming down.
Yeah.
You gotta do the same deal. So you gotta reserve some energy to come down.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll be getting back into that next month, trying to lift a little heavy, order me a new chain belt. So I'm doing my pull-ups with some weighted again. Cause that really pulled my back out. I always believe in wide grip pull-ups. And pull-ups whereas your hand is out, not the little arch. Always tell guys that just that little arch in doesn't make that linear muscle pull. It has to be a straight bar. Even lat pull down, I don't like that little teardrop on the end of the lat pull down bar. I like for the bar to be straight all the way across and then pull down. Just that linear, your small finger on the end being straight, pull that linear muscle more through your lat. That's just my science of it. You know? So when you try it that way, you see exactly what I'm talking about when you do it that way.
Yeah, that's what I went a lot to over the last year or two is more weighted pull-ups. Because like going heavy lat pull downs, I'm getting pulled out of the seat, and it's just not working for me. So I've really enjoyed going to weighted pull ups the last like 2 years or so.
You don't use any straps on the seat?
I haven't really played with it much, and I don't want to add more equipment. I kind of want to just do it, So I figured the weighted pull ups, it's not as complicated for me. I can do it relatively quick with the setup. So I've enjoyed doing that the last like 2 years or so.
I do the lat pull down. When I go real heavy with the lat pull down, I have to use three belts. I use 3 belts to hold me down. And I get held down pretty good with that way. I have to put it down a certain way. And sometimes my wife, she'll get behind me and bear hug me to the bottom. And then after I put the belts on, then she'll bear hug me. If you're going really heavy, she'll bear hug me from the back down. So that helps out a lot too.
I use a Velcro belt, wrap it around my legs in the bench and suck it down whenever I'm doing my lat pull downs.
I got those too. That Velcro belt work real good.
Oh yeah.
Slotted belts, but that Velcro belt, that's the ticket right there because it gets exactly where you need it at.
Oh yeah.
And my cushion is, of course, the area cushion. I got to do that cushion. I can't sit on that without my cushion.
Oh no, I carry two. I got a car seat cushion and a whole other 2-inch foam pad that I set on because I ain't got hardly any meat left on my butt. Pressure source.
When you guys are going heavy on a shoulder press, do you ever have problems with sliding forward? You ever almost slide forward out of your seat when you're going heavy? That happens to me a lot.
I put my belt on. I put my belt around the
okay.
I Velcro myself. When I go heavy, I put that on so I won't slide out the seat.
Okay.
And see, whenever I'm doing a heavy shoulder press, I put a strap around my legs in the bench, and then I'll put one almost kind of right up underneath my chest, just so I'm not gonna have that chance of falling forward any. I'll use a gate belt and everything, so I can suck it down tight if I need to.
When I'm doing dumbbells, I go heavy with the dumbbells on the regular incline bench. I don't go up. I have to one click back so I can lean back into it a little bit, and then I put one around here also. So I want left and right teeter when I put it going heavy, when I'm going up there with heavy weights, the dumbbells.
That's what I was playing with. I was just doing heavy shoulder press, and I had my training partner hand it to me, and I was really questioning if I was going to fall over. So it was a lot of playing around and adjusting before I found that sweet spot, right in the middle. I got my feet set up just right so I can drive back a little, and it's annoying how much pre-setup you have to do, but it feels good once you finally get set, And then it's awkward trying to get my partner to hand it to me the right way so I don't fall on her,
So most times you don't need two guys. They know when I do it, they had it right in my hands. They had it right in both of them the same time, simultaneously. And as I've learned, go back a little bit. Hold a second. I've learned when they put it in my hands, as they put it in my hands, I'm going up. And I'm my weight. So I'm almost taking it from them and going up. I just let them sit it down into me. They sit right here, I'm going up as they done hand it to me at the same time. So it creates a better start for you. And also, I'm noticing the transition can be better. I think I'm gonna record that and speak on that. But the transition is much better when they coming to you and they laying it in you both at the same time. As they lay into you, say my weight, and going up with it. Don't let it sit down. Top and then come back down again.
Yeah, I would have her hand it to me on one side, and I could balance it kind of on my shoulder there. Then she would run around to the other side, hand it to me, and then I'd be good to go. I just got to balance for that moment, and then I feel bad for her because I'm almost gonna land on her, and then she's got to do a squat to pick up both these heavy weights for me, and I feel bad for her, but she figured it out. But it is awkward trying to get it down to a science,
Because I do the same thing with that. Where I have one guy with me, but I have two guys. I always grab somebody else, but I go up to the hundreds who wants to sit right here, and I'll lay it on my head 100, and then he'll go grab the other one. As soon as he handed it to me, I'll be my weight, and I'll roll it off and go right into it from there.
Yeah, that's what I was doing this morning. Yeah.
So I'm no, I'm not gonna struggle that with 110s and 120s. We're just gonna grab two guys.
Yeah, you almost have to. I do. Used to, back before, we had a spinal cord injury or whatever, I could take them and set them on my knees and kick them up, but I can't do that no more. So I have to have, my buddy Rex, he'll hand them to me. And because like you say, us in our condition, it's almost impossible to hoist 100, 110 pounds up all at the same time with no help from your legs.
You're gonna blow your shoulder out doing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What y'all training tomorrow?
Well, I got
Oh,
chest and
man.
biceps tomorrow.
I'm doing some training with Josh Wade. You know who he is?
Yeah.
Right. He trained with Meadows. So I've been doing some training with him ever since I got back from Dallas. So we've been rotating. 1 week we'll do shoulders. The next week we'll do back. And we've been rotating that every other week. So it's been cool to get kind of a mix up in my training and have a big, strong guy to hand me the heavy weights and drop set me and stuff like that. So that's been cool.
Yeah.
Hold up. You said 1 week you do shoulders, 1 week you do what?
Yeah. 1 week I do shoulders. 1 week I do back with him because I'm only training with him once a week. Yeah. So we've just been alternating and he's just been kicking my ass with different workouts every other week, you know, but it's been cool to have somebody just who has a different style of training than me. And he's a big, strong guy, so he can hand me the weights. And, you know, that's been different for me. I usually don't have, you know, something like that, you know.
So who say they do chest and something tomorrow?
I'm doing chest and biceps tomorrow.
So you still like doing 2 body parts?
Yeah. Do
Yeah.
what?
Body parts in the workout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, like I'll run Monday. I'll do chest and biceps, and then Wednesdays just back and abs, and then Fridays for me are shoulders and triceps.
So what happened Tuesday and Thursday?
Tuesdays and Thursdays, I kind of recoup and just kind of because I do like the high intense, like I'll do the 2 4 reps. I'll go as heavy as I can, type of thing.
Okay, so you do 3 days a week. 3 days a week.
Yeah.
Thursday, Saturday, Sunday off.
Yeah, I got Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday off.
Okay.
So just so like I focus on my eating and everything, and the days really in between. I got everything like time scheduled. And
What you got tomorrow, Chad?
Me?
Yeah.
Usually since Monday is like International Chest Day in every gym around the world, I avoid it. So for me, so I guess this applies to all of us. Our back is the biggest muscle group that we work, right? So I try to start fresh on Monday with back because that's the biggest muscle group I'm going to hit. And not to mention, like I said before, everybody's doing chest. And the gym I work out in, at 5 o'clock, bro, it's like it's jammed to the brim. It's full. So I try to work around, you know, what the crowd's doing. So usually for me, it's just back on Monday. I may throw in some bi and tries. I ain't killing them, but you know, I'm just touching on them. And Tuesday's probably chest, and then Wednesday I rest, and Thursday will be shoulders or arms, and Friday, you know, either shoulder or arms. So I take off Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday. Those are my rest days. But I've been fighting these elbows, man. So I finally cranked up on all my joint supplements, fish oil, elbow sleeves. I've started incorporating the sleeves. I've probably put a half an inch on my arms since the Dallas. I mean, because after Harold gave me a speaking to, I'm heavier than I've ever been, dude. I'm sitting at like 225 right now.
Oh wow.
Of course, some of that bullshit weight, but I mean, I've put on some muscle since Dallas. There's no question. But I did what you told me to do, Harold.
Good.
Yeah.
What's your training split, Harold?
Tomorrow we got shoulders.
And you do like one body part a day, or
one body part a day, and I got a cycle. And if I like, so tomorrow we got shoulders. Tuesday we got shoulders. After shoulders, after arms, it starts all over again with chest, then back. Chest, back, shoulder, arms. Chest, back, shoulders, arms. and I run it. If
Yeah,
something
that's the
comes,
same thing I do. That's the same kind of split that I do.
Yeah.
so if something comes up, that was my day off. So I don't take a day off. So I just run it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday I take off. But say if I'm busy on whatever day I'm busy, I don't work at a day, and the following day I'll pick up where I left off.
Yep, that's pretty much exactly what I do too. Yeah, that same kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's different, you know, like James, you know, his style of training, if that works for him, you know. For me, I'm like Harold. I concentrate on one body part at a time. That way I can put all my effort into that muscle group.
Yeah, and split it all up because there's so many parts of that one muscle group. I try to do 2 body parts in a workout. Now, what I've done, and I did pretty good with it one year, I did my main muscle group, and the 2 days prior, whatever I worked out on, I'll do 2 exercises. And then again, the next day I work out this. 2 days prior, I did 2 exercises to integrate. Whatever it is, I integrate 2 days prior because that time, by 2 days, that muscle is done repaired itself. It's already in good healing state. And I may tap it something with high repetition behind it. But that comes later on, like when I get 90 days out. And now I'm intensifying my workout, and then I'm hitting muscle groups like crazy. So that's going to pick up. When I'm going heavy right now, growing back, get some fullness on me again. It's just about that right now. And I'm only doing 5 exercises, maybe 6 exercises right now. And that's going to step up to like 6 and 7, and then 7 to 8, and then eventually I'm like doing 9 exercises when it gets closer to the latter end. Yeah.
Okay, so you're more on the Jay Cutler side of the spectrum with higher volume.
Higher volume. Well, I still do. Don't get me wrong. I still go heavy. So if I'm doing it like tomorrow, we do shoulders. I'm gonna do rear. I'm gonna do side. I'm gonna do rear first. I already do rear and side. Right now I'm not doing front. No front exercises other than presses. But rear and sides. So I'll start with rear and side. Then I'm gonna go to my heavy. I do those 2 first, and maybe one more shrugs or something. Those 3 exercises: 20, 20, 15, 12, 12, maybe 10, maybe 6 sets. And each one of those, so these about 6 rounds. So I'm good. By the time we go to the heavy dumbbells, either I got three buildings for the shoulders. Either heavy Smith, heavy barbell press, or heavy dumbbells, and I change them up. 1 week I'm gonna do the dumbbell, 1 week I'm gonna do the Smith, and 1 week I'm gonna do the bar. So tomorrow we do Smith. We're gonna go heavy Smith, and I try to go to 4 or 5. But I do those rear and side first to get the blood in the shoulders. Then we go to the heavy one. After the heavy one, you finish up with maybe 2 circuits with 2 or 3 different exercises. The recap. Then I move from free weights to cable to machine. So I integrate all 3 dynamics of the gym: free weights, cable, machine on every muscle group. I make sure I touch one of each on some part of that muscle group every time, so that the muscle would attack the muscle, attack the type of machine or cable or free weights going to attack the muscle in a different type manner. To get a different effect from it. Again, trying to be more well-rounded, trying to miss any strands in that muscle by hitting so many different ways. That's why. And I never do the same exercise every week. Every week, that next time I do shoulders, it's gonna be somewhat different from we did last time. So I got like 5 different types of shoulder workouts, and so I
I'm like you, Harold, on anterior. I don't really hit them because if you look at most bodybuilders or weightlifters, the anterior is always overdeveloped than the rear because of all the pressing that we do. So I generally do not do anterior. I'm like you. I'll just hit traps, laterals, and rears.
now maybe like real detail interiors for detail work, but you're hitting it so much with chest, even bicep always be hitting it. So you hitting the interior so many different times. Even the heavy presses hitting the interior. So you doing a lot.
Even
of
on the
that.
interior about us, like we're pushing ourselves around in the chair, so that's even more forward motion.
Yeah.
And like I say, if you look at most or a lot of underdeveloped bodybuilders, I guess I should say, that have neglected their rears, the anterior is always much bigger than the rear because all the pressing.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I could never train fronts again and I'd still be okay because my rears are lacking that much.
Right.
Speaking of like shoulders, just makes me think about that video. What was it last year, Harold, where you were pressing and it dropped on you on the Smith machine? That was gnarly.
Yeah,
How
it
much weight
was.
on that?
That was
If you
full.
guys haven't seen that, look it up on Harold's Instagram. Crazy. He was doing a overhead Smith machine and it dropped on him. That was crazy.
That was spooky.
And that was when we was using those gloves for Corona. And I never work out with gloves. And when I press it up, it when I did this number, it slid out my hand and I caught it on my forearms. Right in my forearms. And you trying to flip it. I said, calm down. Pull one plate off, pull the plate off, pull the plate off, pull the plate off. You're not gonna lift it up.
It was 405? Shit.
Yeah. It kind of scared me when it did it. When I caught it in my forearms, I was like, okay, I'm good. Ain't doing nothing, I'm good. Yeah. It was kind of scary. Yeah.
Was that your scariest gym moment?
That was my scariest gym moment, for real. That I can recall off the top of my head. I may have some other ones, but that one was. I had some scary gym moments before my car accident. When I thought I was going to pass out, I felt that I literally was about to pass out. It was I was on squat day, so I always set 245 up on the squat rack. And this one I was a manager at the gym, so I set stuff out and know I would mess. So I set 225 on the squat rack. The stair mill kept it running, and then there's in front of the 24-hour fitness there's a shot ball. So I would run down 40 yard, run back 40 yard, walk through the door, get on the stairs, do me a treadmill on the treadmill because it was running. So I do it for like 5 minutes. Then I get off and then squat 20 reps, 25. And I walk back to the door and I sprint down again. And I would do like 10. No, I went 6 rounds. I did 6 rounds. But this day, my wife, she was working at the smoothie factory, and some new pre-workout or not, I don't know what it was, some neon yellow something in a jar. And she got it in and just had it in the box. She opened the boxes up, put it on the shelf. So I said, babe, let me try that right there. So I gunned it down. And then that strip mall, the smoothie factory was right there. So I ran back from there, came back in the gym, did my stair mill, did my 30 squats, went back to the front door, sprinted down there, sprinted back again. I came back inside like, can I catch my breath? All right, let me lay down a little bit. So I laid on the floor, and I could not catch my breath. I felt like I was literally about to pass out. I said, man, watch me, man. If anything happened, hit 911. And he said, what's wrong? I said, I don't know. I just can't catch my breath. And I was laid on the floor. I laid on the floor for at least 45 minutes trying to catch my breath, bro. And I don't know what I took. That was way too much. And I dropped the whole bottle.
Well, that was
My dog.
that calm.
So like I haven't had any major scary gym moments I can think of where I was like lifting a weight and it almost dropped on me or whatever. But I've had 2 like really stupid ones that you guys will probably get a kick out of. Both were after getting a bunch of supplements from the Olympia, right? We get all the free supplements and stuff when we're running around the Olympia Expo and everything. So I'm trying to remember what the supplements were. This happened to me twice now. One of them was the stuff that you put on, and it's supposed to make your skin tighter, or something. No, it's supposed to enhance a pump. That's what it was. It's supposed to enhance your pump, right? And it's called like Dust Arms or something like that, right? And it's supposed to like give you more blood flow. Well, so I'm like, okay, I got this free from the Olympia. I'll try it before my arm day, right? So I like squirted it out. I put it on, and then as I put it on, I read the back, and it said you're supposed to put on like a tiny bit. I put on like a whole handful, So I lathered my arm in this shit, right? You're supposed to put on like a dabble of it, I guess, right? So I got out of the car. I go into the gym. As I'm walking into the gym, I start getting not like badly nauseous. I am totally sick to my stomach. I'm getting this weird like burning pain in my arm, right? Drop my phone. But so then I like ran into the bathroom, and my face is like totally flush. I'm like, what the hell is going on? Right. So I ran into the shower. I washed it off. I'm calming down. I'm trying not to puke. Right. But I'm like really, really close to puking. My face is just pale white. Right. But after a good probably 15 minutes, it went away. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to die, but that freaked me out. That was a bad one. I went on to do my arm day and I was fine, but that one freaked me out. And then another one, it was also after one of the Olympias. I got this, it was a little bottle of pills that we got for free at the expo. It was called like nitrous or something like that. And it said it was supposed to increase your endurance or something. And it wasn't really even clear on the bottle what it was for, right? It was something about increasing endurance and vascularity or something like that. But I popped one or two of those pills, like it said to do on the back. Instantly, like my face went pale. I broke out in blotches all over my body, like bright blotches of red all over my body. I got the pictures. I'll have to post them at some point. But it was like a rash all over my body. So I called my my nurse friend. I'm like, so what do I do here? She said, like, if that doesn't go away in a few minutes, go to the ER. But I remember I took my shirt off. I sat in my living room. I was super hot. And like my face was red, everything got super red. And after probably maybe 15, 20 minutes, it started to go away. I think it was like a niacin thing is what I'm guessing now. Like a niacin flush or whatever. But that was another scary one too. I was freaking out and I was just trying to stay calm. But like it was some gnarly pictures I took. I'll post them on Instagram soon.
Wow.
Those are my two. Like,
you have to be careful with a lot of these over-the-counter energy supplements. Like I know Harold probably remembers. You may. When I first started doing all this, you get ephedrine and energy drinks.
You're cutting out a little bit.
Ephedrine, dude, sorry.
You're cutting out a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're okay right now. Yeah.
So back, Harold, you probably remember ephedrine was a big deal before they pulled it off the market. And I remember at the gym I was training at, they had the energy drinks, and it was 25 milligrams of ephedrine, and I downed 2 of those things. And I was like you, bro. I felt like I was fixing to have a heart attack right there on the spot, dude. It was, So yeah, a lot of those over-the-counter supplements, they can, everybody talks about this being bad for you and that being bad for you. Some of the worst shit you can get a hold of is sold right over the counter.
Couldn't use ephedrine because I was an NGA pro. I couldn't use ephedrine. It was banned. It literally was banned for any pro.
Yeah.
Couldn't even make sure I don't get ephedrine myself.
Yeah. They banned it.
We can't hear you, Harold. You're cutting out a little bit.
I said they had some banned supplements. Ephedrine was one of the banned in the NGA league.
Yeah.
You could lose your pro card. And I know ephedrine, you couldn't even touch ephedrine. When you go to GNC, there was stuff that we could even touch in GNC. We could touch it because it was banned. The T-bomb 2, we couldn't touch that. They had a list of stuff that you could not take. Just in case you don't know, there's a list of stuff you couldn't take, and it was published like every 3 months. They would send it to your email, stuff that was banned that you could take, and if they find in your system, you could lose your pro card. I mean, that's how the NGA was managed. Whereas kept everyone on the same playing level. And some people was using some stuff that was like borderline that wasn't on the list that did good, but it was regulated. It was pretty good regulated. Yeah.
Guys, I'm gonna have
Yeah,
to
there's a
hop off
lot
of here.
of like, you always got to know how to check your stuff. When we're getting all these free supplements and stuff at the Olympia, you got to know how to like read the labels and be aware of like how much of anything is in it, how much caffeine is in it, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to jump off here, guys. Good talking to you guys. Y'all have a blessed day, okay?
Yep.
All right, later, Chad.
All right, guys.
See you next week.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, Chad.
But I made that mistake. What was that? The 2020 Olympia. We were getting ready to go to the athlete meeting, and like I was tired, and you're at the end of contest prep, but I wanted to have a little bit of energy while we're taking pictures and everything. So I grabbed one of the free pre-workouts that we got and downed it. And then like as I looked at the back label, it had a good 350 milligrams of caffeine in it. So that's more than a bang,
Oh yeah.
But I felt fantastic. I went out and had a good time at the athlete meeting and everything. And we got pictures with Jake Wood and everybody. But that night, I remember I was going back to the hotel. It was like 10:30 or 11. I realized I'm wide awake. I'm like, crap, this is gonna be bad. I didn't get to sleep until like 4 a.m. or something like that.
Oh
like, shit. But luckily we weren't competing until 2 days later. So like I just spent Friday, being lazy, and then got good sleep Friday. We competed on Saturday, so it worked out. But that was almost really bad.
Right.
But anyways, that is about an hour, so I guess that's good for this episode. But
all right.
So next week, did you have a chance to reach out to Gabe and Antonio? Anthony?
I sent something to our Facebook group chat that everybody gets, and I said, hey, if you want to come on the podcast, let me know, and nobody responded.
That's good.
Yeah, so I mean, I sent it on there. I'll send it again.
Might just have to reach out to like Gabe himself without the group chat, because sometimes they have that stuff muted.
Yeah.
And they don't see it.
Has Gabe been saying he wants to come on? Gabe and Anthony? Yeah, Anthony's always doing lives on Instagram and stuff, so I'd imagine he'd want to come on. Yeah. And then Brad's been saying he's been wanting to come on, so.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it works next week.
Okay.
All right,
man.
Good talking to you guys.
Good seeing you.
All right. See you next week.
Later, guys.
Right.
For sure.
See ya.